Hello guys, how's it going? Well, first of all, my name is Leonardo Pasquali. I'm the founder and CEO of Pasquali Solution back in Brazil. We work with tech, and I am the founder and CEO of Titan Clarity here in the US. I live in Florida, the Sunshine State. Well, guys, I'm recording this video to discuss a little bit about what happened with all of those layoffs from the big techs during 2023 and what we should be expecting for our sector for technology for 2024. Okay, well, first of all, these are going to be only my opinions, okay? Obviously, I read a lot. I have a lot of insights, personal insights. There are also some real information. But, well, I just want to discuss what really happened, in my opinion, again, and, well, and what we should be expecting for 2024. First of all, okay, why Amazon, Facebook, Meta, actually already said Amazon, right? Well, why all of these companies had those big layoffs? Well, first, let's take in consideration what happened in 2020, okay? COVID hit the world, okay? A lot of companies were forced out of business. A lot of people got fired. Well, everybody knows, everybody that lived that, so everybody that is watching this right now lived that, saw what happened. But the fact is that the tech sector and everybody that kind of follows the stock market and everything, the tech sector kind of recovered themselves like really fast. And that's kind of obvious why. We remember what happened to Zoom. Everybody started to work with Zoom from their homes and everything. But not only that, some stuff happened, some things happened to the tech sector to grow so much and to recover so fast. First of all, the digital transformation got the fastest pace possible because everybody was, from that moment, relying only on technology, only on apps, all delivery services, online stores and everything. But not only that, everything was happening through the internet, through digital. We were not having anymore those physical stuff and everything. So yes, the tech sector and the big techs especially got all of that rare opportunity to invest and to create a lot of tools that could be great for that period in time. And a lot of tools were great. For instance, like I just mentioned, Zoom. Everybody started to use Zoom. What forced Skype, Google Meeting, every other companies that were already big in the sector to improve their services, their apps and everything. So that was good. There were also some other stuff that happened. We know a lot of those incentives, all of that money that were printed to inject in the economy, not only here in the US, but all over the world, it happened repeatedly. I don't know how to say that. Well, it happened a lot of times. So everybody were really printing money to invest, to inject in the economy, so people could afford how to eat also, and also credit. The interest rates were really low. They forced the interest rates to go really low so people could get credit, so people could have money. That happened for a single person, and that also happened for big companies. They were getting a lot of loans and credit and everything, so they could invest, so they could inject in their own companies. So they did that. But obviously, most of their projects, because, there were a lot of free money, so they were kind of, okay, let's hire a bunch of people here, some thousands of people there, and that's it. But obviously, most of their projects just didn't fly. They didn't really work. And that was a huge problem because, well, now you got a lot of people and, well, the projects are not really working. Now, let's take, for instance, the metaverse. Obviously, the metaverse was being developed way before the pandemic, but obviously during the pandemic, they kind of saw that opportunity to really invest it and really release it, but never worked. So, so that happened. First of all these companies, they recovered really fast because of the money that were being injected in the economy, especially in the tech sector. And along, obviously, with the health sector, the other sector that got a lot of money was the tech sector because people were relying on tech to live their lives, not regarding everything, right? So groceries, food, online shopping, everything. Working, well, not only meeting and video conferences app, but a lot of productivity software and everything. So that happened a lot. Some things worked. Most of the things really didn't work. So this is one fact. Okay, then obviously COVID eventually ended, thank God. And something else happened in the end of November of 2022. And let's take in consideration that the last year for COVID, for the pandemic, was 2022, right? I guess everybody agrees with me that the last year of COVID, I mean, it started in 2020 and then it lasts like almost 2 years and it kind of ended in the end, finally, for good in the end of 2022. But something else happened in the end of 2022 that took all of the big techs by surprise. And before saying what really happened, some people are already understanding where I'm going right now. But let me talk about something that is not really only for the tech sector, but this is something related to entrepreneurship, to carrying on with business, being a businessman, being an entrepreneur and everything. The thing is, it doesn't matter how big you are. It doesn't matter how smart you think you are. There is this kind of mystic that I guess only a few guys in this world that we know really nailed how it works. And I'm talking about, kind of being able to predict what is really the next big trend. What is really the next big deal, something that is going to go viral and everything. I mean, Steve Jobs was one of these guys. I guess Elon Musk is definitely one of these guys. But only a few gods among these mortals, and I am one of these mortals. Only some guys can really predict where the market is going, and sometimes not even them. In fact, and I'm not talking about tech only, it is really hard to predict what is going to explode and make people feel different and kind of shake everybody. And it is always like that. It doesn't matter how big you are, how much you invest. Obviously, it matters in how much you invest, because if you keep looking more and more, eventually you're going to find something that is going to be suitable to everybody and everything. So you have more chances. Obviously, if you're not doing anything, you're not going to release anything that is going to be good for your users, obviously. But even if you are doing a lot of stuff, I mean, who thinks that Amazon is not doing enough? Obviously, they're always investing in a lot of stuff. They're always trying to create a lot of innovative solutions and everything. The same goes for Facebook, Meta, and Mark Zuckerberg. Obviously, they're always trying to understand and to invest in something that is going to go viral, that is going to become really popular among everybody and everything. But they couldn't find that. And what happened in the end of 2022, although everybody kind of know that was happening, was ChatGPT. And although everybody knew that was happening, and I'm sure that Facebook is kind of developing something related to AI, I'm totally confident that Jeff Bezos and Amazon, AWS are kind of researching and developing something regarding AI. I know for a fact that Google, for instance, has been doing that forever, possibly way before everybody else. I mean, I have worked with Vertex, machine learning from Google and everything. They are probably the guys that has been working and really, worrying about this for so long. But they kind of got behind. And when ChatGPT was released, that magic again just happened. That magic that everybody's always looking for just happened. And although everybody else knew about ChatGPT, especially who works with tech, I've been testing ChatGPT like for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years now. Okay, because everybody that was in tech knew that they were developing ChatGPT, OpenAI, and everything. They were releasing, for some people that was in a list, they were releasing the beta version so we could test it, so we could see how it was working. Actually, a lot of guys kind of created business on top of ChatGPT way before it was released because they were in this list, so they got a beta version that they could use using OpenAI API. I remember we used one of these solutions for text generation. I forgot the name now, but a lot of other companies were using ChatGPT way before November 2022, which was the month when ChatGPT was really released for the whole world. And, well, what happened, it was that it went viral. As every single time something that is really, we don't know exactly why, people just got moved by that. People just saw that and, my God, this is amazing. Now I can really talk to my computer and everything. So that happened. But although everybody knew that, no one could really foresee that. No one could really predict that. And, well, that was beautiful. Now ChatGPT is kind of, I guess in the beginning, I don't know if this is a trend right now, if this is the real number, but I guess that ChatGPT was getting 100 million users every 2 months. Just for instance, Facebook got 100 million users. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to look for it, but I guess they took like around 4 or 5 years to get 100 million users, while ChatGPT did that in only 2 months. Can you imagine that? So that's what happened with ChatGPT AI. Right after it, I remember like 6-7 months ago, maybe a little bit more, Google kind of rushed things and they launched Bard AI with Palm 2. But, well, they got behind. The thing is, it doesn't matter. They got behind. Now, the only chance that everybody has to do something really different that is going to kind of surpass ChatGPT and OpenAI, they have to really release something that is appealing to everybody. And that's what I want to say now. So, going back to the main subject of this video of what happened with the layoffs, especially in the first semester of 2023. So, the money was gone. The pandemic was gone. The money was gone. That demand of working from home, that demand of living like 24/7 inside your home just ended because the COVID has ended. People got in the streets again. People started to live again. Although, obviously, I know lots of jobs never got back to the office, but this is some other stuff. We kind of got back to the real life again, sort of, right? So that happened. Also, the money ended, right? So, but that's what happened. And AI has happened. And ChatGPT especially has happened. And when they saw that, they said, okay, we were in a wrong track. And this is kind of usual. Everybody, like I said, it's really hard to predict. Although sometimes you already know what is being there, what people is really developing, you kind of never know that this is going to go viral. You understand that? So we were using smartphones for some time when Steve Jobs came in 2007 and released iPhone. And that happened, And obviously, and I'm sure that a lot of people kind of was trying to do the same thing, but he did it first and he did it right. And that's it. It ended. And it's going to be really difficult to beat iPhone and Apple nowadays because of that. And that's it. And what is going on with AI is the same, right? ChatGPT is here. And although these other companies, they understand that they kind of were left behind, it doesn't matter. They still need to pursue that, because if they don't have some sort of AI, some sort of AI capability on their apps, on their solutions, they're not going to be left behind. They're going to get destroyed, because from now on, everything that is related to tech, that is related to digital stuff, is going to be powered by AI. More and more and more and more. Okay, and really quick, I already said that in some other videos, we have really two waves before this new wave now. We have the web wave, and then we have the internet bubble, which was kind of bad in the year 2000. But we had that big wave that was really important, that changed the world forever. And then we had that new wave starting in 2007 with iPhone, with the smartphones, and then the really boom of startups and everything, because from that point on, our lives will be handled and hosted in this piece of plastic, glass, and steel, right? Mobile phones, the smartphones and everything, especially iPhone, obviously, and I know people are not really using Samsung smartphones here in the US, but it is a thing around the world too. Also, along with the Xiaomi from China and everything. But okay, this is another thing. But well, anyway, that happened too, and now we have this new wave, and the new wave is AI, and the Apple of this time is open with ChatGPT. And the companies, the big techs, they know that. So the money was gone. What they could achieve, they achieved. What they couldn't, they are not going to achieve anymore, at least not with that COVID money. And that's pretty much it. And now they know that they have to pursue this AI thing. So that's what happened in 2023. Because it was a kind of a surprise. We have to be honest again that they were not really thinking that that could happen. Obviously, everybody knows, especially those executives for these big techs, that the money eventually would be over. Investment in IT and tech would be over. The projects that they really developed, they knew what was really working and really being lifted off, and things that were not really working. So they already knew that. But I guess that the whole impact, at least, I don't know, maybe 60, 65, 70% related to these layoffs, was that kind of a rush feeling that, look, we lost track of what was really happening and what we should be really developing. And this is AI. And it's kind of funny, just to make a small parenthesis, because I have mentioned him earlier in this video, Elon Musk, for me, one of the few gods in technology. And what is funny about ChatGPT and OpenAI is that although he's no longer with them, he was one of the first guys that really invested in the company. I already talked about that, why he left and everything, but probably OpenAI only really happened because of Elon Musk in the beginning, investing and giving money to that. Can you imagine that? The guy is kind of revolutionizing everything that we know, cars, rockets, and everything. And he was also there with ChatGPT, with OpenAI. ChatGPT is only one of the products, just so you know, okay? ChatGPT is the most popular product of OpenAI, but the company, the engine, all the, it's really OpenAI. Now, obviously, they are calling also that their models, the GPT models and everything, but ChatGPT is only their most popular product, so you know that. Okay, so for me, that's what happened with the big tech layoffs. The money was gone, and they kind of realized that, well, we need to invest in AI. That's the new thing. That's how things are going to turn from now on. That's the new wave. That's the new digital wave in the world. AI, and well, GPT just proved that. And you know, the big thing about ChatGPT is that this is kind of a Google, and we could consider that Google is, if it's not the biggest tech company in the world, it's probably between Apple and Google, right? And we know for a fact that in terms of search engines and everything, Google is the only one. But ChatGPT, for the first time in more than 20 years, posed a kind of a threat to Google searching engine. And who is investing in ChatGPT? Just to talk a little bit more about that, Microsoft. Can you imagine that? Microsoft, you know, they go, they come. Sometimes they think this is just a weak company. No, probably they are here forever, and now they are related mainly with ChatGPT. They are really investing. They are the ones that they are almost owning OpenAI, just so you know. So, okay, but this is one thing, okay? So that's what happened. Now, what we should be expecting in terms of jobs in tech for 2024? Well, my opinion, and it's not only an opinion. First, let's take in consideration the economic trends, okay? And this is never only related to the tech sector. That's the whole thing. Well, it is an economic trend, some predictions that in 2024, interest rates and inflation are going to be contained. So, although especially for the first trimester, maybe the first semester, maybe there will still be fears of recession, but economists are kind of positive that 2024 is going to be better than 2023. America is going to start recovering. So this is one thing, the economic trends. But in tech, in terms of jobs, in terms of how the tech sector is going to behave, and is it going to grow or not? Well, my beliefs, and this is totally related to the whole story I was telling you about OpenAI and ChatGPT, yes. But the only thing is that the tech jobs are going to be changed forever too. The same thing that happened from 2011, 2012, 13, that tech sector were asking more and more for mobile developers, everybody that could work with iOS, with Android, or even those hybrid cross-platforms just such as Xamarin, React, Native, Bard is the AI from Google. Dart with, I forgot the platform, that is rivaling with React Native. Oh my God. Flutter. I can't believe I forgot about that. So, okay, but what I was saying is that the big boom with mobile and everything, it happened because of iOS. It happened because of the extensive use of smartphones and everything. And now, since the new wave is AI, OpenAI, ChatGPT, and all the other AIs that are going to try to make a competition with them, every tech job is going to ask for that eventually. So, if you're not working with OpenAI, if you don't know how to use their API, let me tell you one thing. It is piece of cake, really easy to work with their API. First thing, okay, I already did a lot of things with OpenAI and their API. It's kind of frightening to be honest with you, because it's so easy to retrieve a lot of things, to create a lot of stuff using the API. Sometimes it's even better, there are some results, some ways of working with the API, which is kind of different of how we work with ChatGPT. Although ChatGPT is really great, the API obviously is towards programming and integrating in our systems and everything. But it is really powerful. They have all the models. They are always releasing new models that can work better with some applications. I mean, if you want to build something that is related to a chat, to serve your company, to serve some sort of tutorial and everything, There are the specific model that will work with chat. If you want to work generating code, there are model that is kind of the best model to work with that. If you want to generate text, marketing text, something for books, ideas, and everything, there are some models that are more suitable to it and everything. And this is kind of something that you can only do using the API. You can only focus. When we use ChatGPT, it's kind of more generic solution that is possibly using all of their models or something like that. I really don't know how the real engine of ChatGPT really works. I guess no one knows except people that works there, right? Obviously. But well, anyway, so that's the trend. I guess we're going to have more jobs in tech in 2024, especially when compared to 2023. That's for sure. One thing that I'm really confident that I can see the trends here, especially with my businesses in Brazil and also here in the US, is that, well, the layoffs is over. Okay, the layoffs is over because now they understand that they really need to invest. So the only companies that are still keeping the layoffs are probably the companies that are not going to make it, although they are kind of big now. I'm not going to mention this because, I don't want any trouble. But obviously, the companies that are still carrying on with layoffs and everything, I guess these are the companies that are going to be out of business very soon. Okay? But anyway, the trend for 2024 is, well, the layoffs are over. Actually, the layoffs were kind of over since the second semester of 2023. But some jobs were not really being created, although no one in tech really was out of job. And again, like every year, companies were kind of demanding more people than the market really offered. There's still a gap of highly experienced professionals in the market. There's still a gap. Can you believe that? Although there were a lot of layoffs and everything, there's still a gap. So you know that too. But there is going to be job creations in tech in 2024. But keep that in mind. Go now learn AI. Especially, I'm not here to advertise them. I'm not getting paid. But, well, that's the best solution. This is going to be what the most of the job openings in tech is going to ask for you to know how to work with OpenAI, ChatGPT for that matter. Okay? So, well, that's pretty much it. I know I talk a lot. I'm going to try to reduce this video. But, well, I just want to make you guys know my thoughts, my opinions, obviously. Let's be honest with that. I don't intend to know everything. This is just one of my takes. That's how I am watching everything. That's my vision of what happened to, okay? Not only what I think that is going to happen in 2024, but also of what happened with the layoffs and everything, why they happen, money, subsequently OpenAI and ChatGPT. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for the two people that watched this video until the end. You are brave warriors. I salute you. And that's it. See you next time, okay? Thank you so much. Bye.